Hello, hello. Welcome to another Real Raw moment on October the 31st. This is 2023, and it is, of course, Halloween, All Hallows Eve, depending on what you believe in or don't believe in. I've had an interesting day so far with it. It's currently about 1:30 my time on the West Coast, and my Eastern friends, particularly my dad, who is in New Brunswick, 4 hours ahead of me, just texted me and like, the trick-or-treaters are out and about now. He and his wife run a daycare. I do have several nieces and nephews that are, prime time Halloweening, trick or treating age, and I think it's amazing. However, it is very difficult for me to get these texts and to think about Halloween for a number of reasons. I've never liked the holiday since I was in grade 3, dressed as a can-can girl from New Orleans and got called a hooker. It ruined Halloween for me then. That's, a little scarring for the childhood. But really, it's about, watching the innocents march by your door and all these, hopes and dreams that, you see them, not necessarily the teenagers, but the younger kids who dress up and they really believe that they're these superheroes or these princesses, or, it's a day for them to just live in the fantasy land that they actually technically live in all year long. They get to act it out. And there's joy in that. There's beauty in that innocence. And yet, I don't handle Halloween well. I have not done trick or treating, as in even giving out candy, since I moved back to the West Coast, since I last saw my son. But even before that, Halloween was never my jam. Although I did love having the littles come to the door because they're just simply adorable. I mean, how can you resist a little Power Ranger? I just dated myself. What is on this year? I don't even know. I'm so out of touch. But you get what I mean. It can be really difficult during holidays. Even something as simple as Halloween, which is almost a Hallmark holiday. It does have, um, you know, All Hallows Eve has a place. Tomorrow is the Dia de Muerte, Day of the Dead. Sorry for anyone who speaks Spanish. I just butchered that. There's a whole other celebration there as well. Um, what I wanted to point out though was last year, Halloween, I had locked myself away by now, and now it's only 1:30 in the afternoon, I think. Oh yeah, 1:42. I was crying. I was reliving flashbacks of past Halloweens. I was grieving for my son. Now I'm always grieving for my son. That never ends. And this year, I was out and about today. I went to go pick some stuff up because I'm going to make myself a very special dinner because I like being in the kitchen. That's a process and that's a therapy for me to get me through this evening. But I went to the grocery store and there's all these adults dressed up, and just kept hammering at me like this day, this day, this day. I couldn't escape it. I can't escape it. But the key thing for me is that in the past year I've grown enough that I'm not trying to escape it. I'm not trying to mask it. I'm not trying to pretend it doesn't exist. Instead, I am talking to you about my emotions and metabolizing what's going on, how I feel, recognizing that today is a difficult day for me, and not wake up in the morning and say, well, I'm going to make sure this day is difficult because it should be. I've really just been rolling with my emotions. So I'm not quite sure what the point of this video is, because maybe it's a little bit of talk therapy for me to express my emotions today. But I wanted to express them because we're going into now the holiday season. Right now we're going into tomorrow, November 1st, where we start now, moving towards Christmas. So these feelings, if you're having them, aren't going to go away. And what is important is that we work towards metabolizing them, working through them in a healthy way. What I do is a catch and release. It's like fishing, when you're doing catch and release fishing, if you've ever done it or you've seen a TV show. Anyhow, you don't have to have fish to understand the metaphor. You get this fish, you take the picture with it. Hey, beautiful trout. Wow, that's like amazing. Is it the right size? Is it the right shape for me? Is it what I need in the moment? No. Take the hook out, drop it off. And that's what I do with these emotions. I catch them, I observe them, I weigh them out. Maybe it is something that's relevant right now, but maybe it's not. And then I release it. Or if I need to work with it, I will sit with that beautiful trout. Anyhow, this is not necessarily my most succinct real raw moment, which tells you it is actually a real raw moment. I'm coming to you right in the middle of my emotions. And I wanted to share that with you. For anybody out there who's feeling that way today, you're feeling anger, resentment, sadness, joy. Every and all emotion is relevant and acceptable, and to what you are going through at the time. Take a moment to sit back, breathe. As Kelly, my co-founder, always tells me, Natalie, this too shall pass, and it will pass. This 1 hour that you're feeling this emotion will be gone, never to be seen again. And there's comfort in that. If you have any comments below about how you're dealing with today, or you're going to deal with the holidays in general, post below. Otherwise, I just really wanted to share my heart and what I'm going through right in this moment regarding Halloween.